navigating towards carbon neutral fisheries, sustaining the blue economy in a green future. So to me, there are three areas in this title itself. One is carbon neutrality. Second is blue economy. Third is in a green future. Remember 10 years ago, we were talking about green economy, or even a bit earlier. The people coming from India, remember Professor Swaminathan, who was one of the pioneers in green economy, talking about the agriculture transformation and revolution. Later, in decades later or 2 decades later, we turn into a blue economy recently, and everyone is talking about blue economy, understanding how rich is the ocean and the opportunities for, I didn't want to use the word exploitation, but use of the resources from the sea and still keeping the oceans healthy. And then of course we realize that there is an issue of carbon. We've been experiencing serious weather impacts globally, rainfall, temperature increase, you name it, all sorts of climate changes, probably owing to a climate change in terms of carbon emission, changes into the atmosphere, all sorts of. So then we started talking about green future again, right? So it goes from one space to the other as we require. And I think at the end of the day, what happens is we, if I use the bad word again, exploit the environment. So when it comes to aquaculture, I do not have to explain to you what aquaculture is, because you all are well aware and well educated in aquaculture. Aquaculture is the farming of plants and animals in water, and with a complete control or partial control of the cycle. We grow animals and plants in all environments. Animals, of course, in marine, brackish water, freshwater environments, and plants mainly in the marine environment. Aquaculture has been, if I use the word, the commodity with the fastest growth rate, not the growth rate over the past 15 years. Even now, aquaculture, aquatic animal production is the fastest growth rate compared to any other livestock or any other food commodity production. 2022, using FAO's 2024 State of Fisheries and Aquaculture report, we produced 223 million tons of aquaculture, both animals and plants. Animals alone, including fish, shrimp, mollusks, various other groups, we produce 185 million tons and 38 million tons of seaweed. This all aquaculture, I don't have anything to show you, but if you please do read the FAO's 2024 State of the World Fisheries and Aquaculture. It's an incredible assessment of the state of aquaculture and fisheries, with a lot of information. You will enjoy reading it. This marine fisheries has been stagnant for many years, and the gap to supply the demand for keeping the per capita consumption in a growing world population came from aquaculture. Today, in 2022, average person in the world eat 20.7 kilograms of fish a year. And to support that, aquaculture grew up to this level, 200 23 million tons. On animals, of course, 185 million tons in 2022. And now surpass the overall production from the sea, capture fisheries. So aquaculture is bigger than capture fisheries now. So we are working on a subject which is incredibly important to feeding this increasing population of the world. And I'm not going to go into details, please do read. Fish is considered the most nutrient animal protein or animal product in the world, which will provide you certain specific amino acids, micronutrients, vitamins, which you will never be able to replace from any other animal source. So therefore fish has its place in the world, and people will ask for more and more fish in the years to come. So the FAO's forecast is that the global per capita fish consumption from 20.7 kilograms per capita per year in 2022 will grow up to 21.3 kilograms per capita per year by 32 in 10 years. So basically you are not even talking about 1 kilo increase in 10 years, right? Actually 0.7 kilos, which is reasonable, right? Sort of. And I think WHO recommends 22 kilograms per person per year. But if you in the Philippines, it is much higher than that. In certain countries, it is much higher than in Sri Lanka. It is higher than, because we are little islands, surrounded by the sea. There's a lot of marine resources available. But if you go to Africa, the average consumption in Africa is 9.5 kilograms per capita per year. And we believe that consumption will go down over the next 10 years, will not go up. So world is not evenly distributed all continents. Africa lags behind. Africa will continue to lag behind. And I think by 2032, in order to keep at least the current level of consumption, you will require 17% increase in the current aquaculture production of 182 million tons to 202 million tons of aquatic animals. You all are sitting and listening and working for the next 2 days will contribute to that increase. But the questions that we will ask and the answers that we will seek is how sustainably can we do that. Sustainability is a word that everybody uses every corner, with or without knowing what the real meaning is. Sustainability is a very big word, very difficult to even define, but in a very simple terms, if you're going to take a lot of resources from the environment, and we've already seen the repercussions and the impacts of not being neutral in our activities, not only carbon, almost everything. So carbon neutrality, I was just talking to Dr. Jesper Clausen, and he was telling me, in the US, you produce soybean, you send it to Vietnam, you produce fish feed in the Vietnam, you feed sea bass or pangasius in the Vietnam, produce fish and send back to the United States. So you have agriculture, fisheries, aquaculture, all three in a one sort of a chain. But if you look at the carbon footprint of that chain is huge. Myself, I'm a culprit too. I came from England for 3 days to Bangkok. I flew, and my carbon footprint of this conference is very high. we ourselves are culprits. Environmental protection, climate resilience must be part of our life. We are experiencing it everywhere. The blue economy is important. Extraction from the environment, sea, all that is important, but not exploitation. And keep thinking. We will have the opportunity to talk, discuss, and with that, making aquaculture more sustainable, more green, right, in a blue economy, and looking into as much as possible carbon neutral. There are always opportunities in the value chain to reduce the carbon footprint in aquaculture. Thank you very much.